Hi everybody, today in this video I'm going to talk about mental health recovery. Now there are many different forms, different illnesses. Some are more severe than others, like that affect, like the symptoms are more worse and how it affects people. One of them is schizophrenia. That's one of the more severe ones. But with the recovery with mental health, it takes time. Over time, you start to learn to able to maintain your mental health, your illness. But starting off, you have to have treatment to start your process. The first thing is asking for help. That's your initial thing, is asking for that help. Now there's no shame in asking for help. It's very important actually to do that, and to enable you to get back on track and start your recovery, your healing, what I would call your healing process, because your mind and your body has to heal. It needs to heal. So you need the help. So anybody out there that's in that situation, there is no shame in asking for help. It's very important to ask for that help. So your next step would be medication. Now medication in itself will not just help you recover. That will just keep you stable to enable you to have treatments like therapies and start your recovery program. There are different types of therapies. You've got your cognitive therapies, that's one. Now you can't, you have to understand, with a mental illness, it's very difficult to just, I can imagine, to just straight away say how they're feeling. They're expressing themselves. It takes time, and that's where the cognitive therapy comes in. It'll help you step by step to enable you to do that, because not knowing, what's going on with your mind and your body, it's a learning process, and along the line you start to understand a bit more about your illness and what is going on, which once you start to understand a bit more, that takes a little bit of a way. I'm not saying it's going to make it easier, but it's just will help a little bit. So the other therapies, and in time, because it's like a gradual process, you have to be patient with it, very patient. And it is possible to live a normal life with a mental illness, even schizophrenia. It is possible to live that normal life. And through your recovery, I've watched a documentary on schizophrenia recovery stories where they've pulled through it. They've been started at one end with their treatments, medication, and just gone through their recovery and come out the other end. Now, some people manage that, but some people might not. But they can still, it will get easier and easier to maintain. But it is possible, like I said, to recover from that. You just need to be patient. So eventually, so your healing process, it's all about your body, your mind. Your mind needs to heal from what is going on. It's what I call a healing process. Your body, being taken away, like with schizophrenia, being taken away from like reality of what is going on in the world, what's real and what's not real. There's more with schizophrenia. You've got your added symptoms, your positives, your delusional thoughts, hearing voices, paranoid thoughts, feeling like your emotions, feelings, the low side of things. There's so many different symptoms, but not everybody may get. Some people may experience differently than others. Not everybody is the same with schizophrenia. Some may hear the voices, some others may not, but they will probably, like with the thoughts, feeling paranoid, delusional thoughts and so forth, being taken away from reality and how it affects within yourself. Your mind is confused, so there's a lot going on there. And that's where, through the recovery side of things, it has to heal. It's healing. It needs to heal. You imagine like a physical problem, like you break your arm or you hurt your back. Now, enable that to get better, it has to heal, and it takes a little bit of time. Obviously, with that sort of thing, with physical, it's not as long as a mental illness. A mental illness healing process is a lot longer, but in time, you start to be able to maintain it. So when you start to maintain it a bit better is when you find them self-coping strategies that work, what you want, alongside with therapies, self-coping strategies as well. Your self-coping strategies like being mindful, meditation, learning. Now that takes a bit of time, meditation, but it is good for mental health. It takes time. Start off small. You could get them up on YouTube, like video, like different ones as well. That will help pull you away and get you back into reality, staying in the present moment. That's it takes, like I said, it takes time and practice with that. There's other things, like your physical side of things. Movement is very important. We all need to move. We all need exercise, some form of exercise. So it helps with your mental health. Exercise, whether it's gentle exercise or the physical side of things, the physical side of exercise, more intense. You can get that, getting motivational, because it may be very difficult, I can imagine, for like being motivated. That can affect your mental health as well. So getting up videos, motivational videos to help you feel a bit more motivated. There's walks. Going out for walks is very good, I find, which I think is really good for our well-being and our mental health, is going for walks in countryside where there's nature, seeing nature, what's going on. That can help pull you away from them thoughts, them thoughts you may experience, which take you away from reality. Things like that can help you pull you back in to the present moment, but you have to practice that. You have to practice doing that, because where the mind has been so used to that side, where the mind's been so used to being like that with the thoughts, it's like changing your outlook in your thinking. It's not easy to do that straight away, but it is possible. You can do it. It just takes a bit of time. That is your healing process. And you got to remember, there are two paths. You either go, you may be on the first path, maybe the rocky path of your suffering, but there's another, always remember there's another path, the path to your recovery, to help maintain and eventually be able to maintain your illness and feel a bit better within yourself. You start eventually along the line, you build up on your confidence. You start to feel a bit more motivated. You start to feel a bit more positive about yourself, because all them emotions, them repressed feelings may make you feel angry. The thoughts may make you feel angry, but you start to like yourself again. You start to feel a bit more kinder. It's all learning. It's what I would say, like I said, it's a healing process and patience. You have to have patience, because you will get to where you want to get to in that recovery. You will see that light at the end of the tunnel, and it's all in there. And eventually having something to focus on, something that you may have missed out on whilst being so ill, having something to focus on, something that you may want to do. It could be anything, and having that goal there, because like I said, your healing process is precious. When you start to have them good days, more good days rather than bad days, it could, within a mental illness, it's unpredictable, but you start to learn that them coping strategies that you have further along the line, that they work. They work. And it gives you the incentive to carry on with it and carry on maintaining and helping with your illness. Because like I said, you can live a near normal life with an illness. It's nothing to say that you can. It's all about being patient, having with that recovery, and giving your mind and your body time to heal. Don't rush it. Take step by step, and you will get to where you want to get to on that road of recovery. And like I said, you will see that light. So I hope the video will be of some help to somebody or some people. Please share this video, because a mental illness, our well-being is very important, and there are many people out there that are suffering and maybe suffering alone, and that shouldn't be happening, suffering alone. But that's what, sometimes that's what illness does. It makes you feel alone. And that's another thing as well, like being in contact with your friends, your family, to help stay connected, because eventually having that support around you is very good, and eventually you may pull away from that support because you may feel that you are able to be more independent with it, and how, and like that's with your self-coping strategies. But like I said, always have that support around you just in case you need it, because that's very important. So yeah, please share this video. Take care and just be as positive as you can. That's all you can do. You will get stronger with it. And give us a like.